Hey y'all. So I's back. Hopefully my internet right now is tripping. So I hope um it don't be tripping while I do this live real quick. I know I ain't been on here in a minute, but and I've been sitting on this topic for a while now, but you know, sometimes I lack motivation and stuff like that and just various other things. Life be lifing and all kind of stuff. So I got notes, scriptures, and all that stuff that I will be sharing. Um, and yeah, so I'm gonna hop right into it. Hopefully, I don't want to be on this video too long, but however it may go, it will go. But I want to talk about something. Well, first of all, I got notes, so I'm gonna try to go off my notes and stuff like that. And my notes, I don't feel like my notes is as organized as I would like them to be, because I like to segue smoothly into different topics. But I don't think my notes is as organized as I would like. But it's everything I want to talk about on here. So as you see by the title, don't let disrespectful Israelites deter you from learning about the truth. So, um, in this awakening, I'm grateful for being exposed to the lies that we all have been brainwashed in. And I want to do my part by helping waken up people, be it you look like me, you don't look like me. I want to do my part by helping people to wake up, you know, and me being in this truth. First of all, I'm forever grateful. And I say that in the most humblest way that I can, you know. Um, Being awakened to the truth is just so amazing. And it's just like now that I understand what's really going on, I know how to move and, you know, navigate through life. And I know what to pay attention to and what not to pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, just again, the awakenings. I've been talking about this a lot since I found out that so-called black people are the Israelites of the Bible. This is not religion; it's a covenant that we in, and the law has not been done. I'm looking down because I'm looking at my notes. Uh, the law has not been done away with. The only law that's been done away with is the law of animal sacrifice. But other than that, the law has not been done away with. That's part of our covenant with the Most High, us keeping the commandments and the laws and all that stuff, which we've been told, in Christianity that we are that's been done away with. That's not true. And so yeah, just a little bit on that. So even in this truth, we are still dealing with imperfect people, right? So everyone's intentions aren't the same. So, for example, most people are Christians, right? Or most people profess to be a Christian or whatever, which I used to be. I'm not a Christian anymore because of the history behind Christianity. I don't, you know what I'm saying? So I've said that multiple times about Christianity. However, I do believe in the Bible. I believe Yahweh Shai came and hung on a tree for our sins. All of that I believe in. You know what I mean? But religion I'm not ascribed to anymore. And so even in uh for for a way for people to understand, even in Christianity, people that we thought Christians was like, oh, you know we were supposed to be the light of the world, and we supposed to be different from everybody else. But as you go get into this truth, you find out that Christianity is just like the world. They do everything the world do. You know what I'm saying? And when I was a Christian, some of the most nastiest evil people are Christians. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have turned away from church because of how Christians treat them. And I've talked about this in other videos, how I grew up in church hurt. Church hurt I grew up in, I've always experienced church hurt. I never uh there's only one church that I went to. My last Sunday going church that I went to, I experienced actual love from the people, because I never experienced that going to any church except for one church that I my last church I went to before I came into the truth. You know, and a lot of times people nasty attitudes and the way that they carry themselves and the way that they get down deter people from having a relationship with the Most High. You know, and it's unfortunate because we are supposed to be the light of the world, the salt of the earth, whatever. But people, not everybody's intentions are pure or the same, and even in this truth, it's the same way, and I don't want you to be deterred by that. What are you afraid of? Brother Lorenzo, I'll holler at you later on in the DM. Right now, I'm trying to do a live. But anyway, in this truth, uh, some of the Israelite brothers has made has made all Israelites look bad. You know what I'm saying? For example, like if somebody say if somebody say I'm a Hebrew Israelite, it's automatically a negative connotation to it. And why is that? Because of the way that some of these, I'm not saying all, but some of these brothers out there and even some of the sisters conduct themselves, trying to appeal to people that look like us, trying to help awaken our people. Some of the delivery and the way that they talk to people is very off-putting. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, and some of them use cuss, will cuss you out and all that. I knew a young lady that stayed in my building that was an Israelite. She was awakened to who she was and all that stuff. She knew the Bible, but she'll cuss you out in a minute. And for me, at the time, I'm professing Christianity, even though I had a lot of questions and a lot of things wasn't what I was being taught about the Bible wasn't adding up. You know what I mean? So I was slowly coming out of Christianity into the truth, but the way that she came off and the way that she carried herself, it was like she was very, very, very proud and arrogant. You know what I'm saying? And that alone right there turned me off from even wanting to know about the truth and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So, when you hear about a person saying that they are Israelite, or they went back to their covenant, the covenant, and they know their heritage, it's automatically a negative connotation behind that. You know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate because some of these brothers, I didn't see video. It was this one video I was watching, and the guy, he was talking to our people, but the way that his tone was so condescending, and he was cussing at the people and stuff like that. And I'm just like, bro, like, why do you feel the need to cuss to get your point across? Like, especially if you being a follower of the Most High. Why do you have to talk to people crazy? Why, and some of these brothers talk down on so-called white people. You know what I'm saying? Talking, just, and that, if a person like that looked like me, and we sitting around listening to that, not, I'm trying to figure out what's the truth and what's not. A person like me, if I didn't know anything about the truth, whatever, and I'm standing right there and I'm listening to you talk to a so-called white people in a very demeaning way, I'm not going to want to hear anything you have to say, because it's like, man, I don't want to be a part of no hate group. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to know the truth, and this is to the people that really, really wants to know the truth. The people that's like, you know what? I'm reading my Bible. I'm going to these churches, but something about what the preacher is saying is not matching the Bible. I got a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying? I want to appeal to these people because I understand I understand wanting to know the answers about stuff, but then also people turning you off about wanting to know. He gave us the spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. We only have 1.5 years before tribulation begins. I just don't want to do this alone, but I will if I have to. I'm drawn to you like a magnet. I accept you as you are, with all the levels of who you are. We both love Yah, Abba Father. Well, Lorenzo, if it's meant to be, it'll be. But right now, um, yeah. But I understand what you're saying though. As far as like the way this world is going downhill fast. It's I wouldn't want to do it alone either. You know what I'm saying? Because we're definitely in some trying times right now. But anyway, back to back to what I'm saying as far as like these hateful some of these hateful Israelites that be out there on the corners or whatever. You can be off putting to you can be off putting to people. No, how they talk to people can be very off putting. How can you draw someone to the truth if you don't know how to talk to people? You know what I mean? And it's a post that I made a couple of months back, a few months back. I had made a post because I just genuinely want on or not. But anyway, a post that I made regarding why do brothers curse at people they are trying to minister to. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the responses that I was getting back from people was basically excuses as to why to as to why they do it. You know what I mean? And what I really got from that was a lot of people's pride, and they don't have the love of the Most High. Because all it was pure, nothing but excuses. And we shouldn't look at. Or somebody was basically said that I shouldn't look at a person shouldn't look at cuss words but really hear what a person is saying, which really does not make sense. Because if you listen to somebody, you listen to everything that they're saying. If you're listening properly, you listen to everything that a person say, and how a person said will either draw you in or it will make you. I don't want to hear nothing else you got to say. You know what I'm saying? People got to know how to communicate and talk to people, and not only that, have the love of the Father within you. It don't matter who you talking to. You don't have to be rude and disrespectful, especially if you're trying to minister to your people and help wake people up. It's the love that draws people in, you know? And uh yeah, a lot of these brothers and sisters have a lot of pride, and the pride, the Most High don't like people with a lot of pride. The Bible speaks against uh having pride. And before coming to y'all at the time, I was a Christian, as everybody know. When I gave my life, when I in my heart thought that, hey, you know what, I really want to live for the Most High. Well, at the time I was calling him God and Jesus and all that, which are titles, and Jesus is not his name. But in my heart of hearts, the Most High knew that I wanted to live for him. I was tired of making the same old mistakes. I was tired of going into circles like this, constantly going into circles, constantly trying to fix things my way, constantly self-medicating by smoking weed and doing drugs and doing. I just got tired of doing things my way, right? So in my heart, the Most High knew that I was tired of feeling depressed, being suicidal, just going through all the stuff that I was going through. I was tired. It's like, okay, it's got to be a better way. So the Most High knew that that's what I really wanted. Did I fall and struggle through that? Oh, absolutely. Did I turn my back on the Most High, trying to go back into my old ways? Oh yeah, I done all that. Done all that. I found out in the end that it wasn't worth it. Me turning back, trying to go back to my old ways and trying to thinking stuff is fun when it's really not fun. Going back to that was never worth it. You know what I mean? Because in the end, I was sorrowful, and the conviction that I felt in my heart was just not, I didn't like that feeling. You know what I mean? So I really wanted to be, in my heart of hearts, I wanted to be sold out for the Most High. I wanted to live a life fully sold out to Him. You know what I mean? I just didn't know how to do it because of trauma, me not being delivered from trauma that I experienced growing up. You know what I'm saying? So it caused me, I was like bound to the sins that I was constantly committing over and over. And it was like the same thing I kept doing. And I didn't want to do it, but I didn't know how to get out of it, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like to struggling with something is different from, oh, I'm going to just keep doing it because I want to keep doing it. Totally different thing. You know what I mean? My heart, it was like my mind and my heart wasn't wasn't matching. My heart wanted to do it, but my mind was like, nah, just go ahead and just do it, you know? And so it was like a constant struggle. It was a constant like tug of war with me. And I kept falling and kept falling, kept falling. But in my heart of hearts, I knew that I wanted to be more like the Most High Yah. Even though I wasn't calling him Yah, I wasn't calling him Yahweh Shai, the son Yahweh. I wasn't calling him that. I was calling him Jesus and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the Most High knew my heart and what I really desired. You know, and when we represent Yah, we war against the flesh every exactly. That's why the Bible says we gotta die to ourselves daily. You know what I'm saying? We gotta work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why I really want to appeal to the people that may be out there listening to these Israelite brothers and like, man, I don't know about that. They so hateful. They cuss you out and all that. No, like you gotta, at the end of the day, when you stand before the Most High during judgment, you gotta give an account for you. You can. There's nothing that you can say to blame other people as to why you didn't do what you were supposed to do. You know, it's your salvation that you're working out every single day. And yes, we are doing a bad job. People are doing a bad job of representing the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And you have to you have to study the scriptures for yourself, read the Bible for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Ask the Holy Spirit to lead you and guide you to all truth. That's what he's here for, to lead you and to guide you into all truth. He will, if you really want to know the truth and you're seeking with all your heart, he will reveal it to you. You know, again, like a lot of people that's in the truth now, we had a lot of questions that Christians couldn't answer it. Pastors couldn't answer it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't make sense. But when you really want to know the truth, you're going to seek, you're going to, you know what I'm saying? You pray to the Most High that he will lead and guide you into that. And, when I first became a Christian, I so at the time, like I said, Amen, Israel, and Lorenzo, whoever else is watching, I ain't Christian. Okay, I know this is a covenant with the Most High that He made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I know it's a covenant. It never was religion. You know what I'm saying? And it was called People of the Way, right? So, but at the time when I was gave my life to the Most, I'm gonna say when I gave my life to the Most High, I thought it was Christianity. Now I found out that it's not Christianity, right? So, uh, the same year that I became that I gave my life to the Most High, gave up the world, even though I kind of struggled back with the world and stuff like that. Uh, I wrote a book, right? This is the book I wrote. I wrote this book when I was 28 years old, right? And yes, it got Jesus and God and stuff like that in there, but I do plan on revising this book, right? So I wrote this book. Hold on, guys. My mom calling me. Call you back. I'm doing that. I wrote the book, and immediately when I wrote the book, after I finished writing the book, I said, "Oh, okay." I'm all excited because I wanted to. I'm thinking that I'm gonna publish the book that same year, and be out here promoting my book and all that stuff. But my life wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? Like the Most High, and that's the thing about what I see about Christianity. Like, for example, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Pastor John Gray, right? When he had that all of the different scandals that he had going on, and when I think he had a lady had exposed him for cheating. He was, I think she was sleeping with him or something like that. I vaguely remember it, but she had kind of exposed him on what he was doing, and he got up there and he was with his wife, and he was talking about how he was a broken 16-year-old boy, and that he basically that little boy had came out, and he's still dealing with the brokenness of that little boy. And I'm thinking to myself, like, the Most High ain't called you. We have to go through the fire and all types of stuff. Yeah, we do. We have to go through the fire and all. Yes, we absolutely do. But in order for the Most High to use you, you have to be willing to go through that and get to a point to where he can use you. You know what I'm saying? Some people, as we see now, these so-called pastors that's out, they all about the money, the fame. They're not really trying to save souls. You know what I'm saying? They all about the money and the fame, right? So the intentions of a person has to be pure. You know what I mean? And in order for the Most High to use you properly, let's just say that, you have to be willing to be healed and delivered. You you can effectively draw people to you if you don't have the love of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're gonna get people gonna attack you and all that kind of stuff, because that's what Satan do. He uses people to attack you, right? But I'm talking about people that really want to know the truth, and people that's really trying to get on the right side of the Most High. If they hear you talking to them with love and compassion and understanding, that's going to draw them. That's going to help draw them. And so that's my purpose on here, is to help the people to wake up. You know what I'm saying? And back to what I was saying about this. The Most High wasn't going to use me broken, because I would have been the biggest hypocrite you ever would have met. I would have been the biggest hypocrite you ever would have met, and that wouldn't have made the Most High. I wouldn't have represented the Most High in a very good way. You know what I'm saying? And I needed to be completely healed from trauma, right? Because I battled with low self-esteem and trauma for many years. The Most High couldn't use me like that. He has to deliver me from that so I can be an effective witness to people. And the thing about meeting people, people make excuses to meeting people where they're at. Let's talk about meeting people where they're at, right? Because you don't have to sound like the world to draw the world, right? When you meet somebody where they are at, you understand what they're going through because you was there. When you're witnessing to a person, when they see you, they need to see the Most High, not you sounding like them and all that stuff. No, it's a verse I want to John John 12:32. And if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me. It's not about us. When we out there witnessing to people, it's not about us. It's about the Most High. We want people to see the Most High within you, within us, right? So if a person, is, do I need to, if I'm ministering to a prostitute, or a gang member, or whatever the sort, do I need to come to them looking like them in order to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think people don't really understand what meeting people where they at really means. You know what I'm saying? You understand where they coming from, and you have that compassion because you was there. But you show them how the Most High delivered you from all of that. You know what I'm saying? That's showing the transformative power of the Most High. And That's what it's all about, you know. Um, when we witness to people, yeah, they need to hear what Yah can do and not us sounding like the world. They need to see what Yah can do for them. Because if he can do it for me, he can do it for you. But you gotta want it. That's the thing. Most people don't want to die to their flesh. You know what I'm saying? This covenant, this covenant that we in. As a matter of fact, I was reading the book of Leviticus, right? For familiarizing myself with the laws, and it's like, wow, you know, the way the Most High have us had his children to behave and conduct themselves was very, very, you know, very he was particular about the way that we conducted ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And in Christianity, you can basically do what you want to do. Forget about the Sabbath. You ain't got to worry about the Sabbath because the Sabbath been done away with. You know, Sunday is a day of worship, so everybody do that. But if you feel like the Sunday is the Sabbath, people still cooking, people still buying and selling and doing their own pleasures. You know what I'm saying? The Sabbath, when you keep the Sabbath holy, you setting it apart to the Most High. You resting, you reading His Word, you're not doing your pleasures, you're really focusing on the Most High. You know, that's what the Sabbath is all about. But, you know, in this covenant, it's a certain way that we have to live. You know what I'm saying? He gave us laws to abide by and how to conduct ourselves and how to be with the fellow man, you know, and we need to go back to that. You know, Christianity is not that. And if you, I don't know if you guys watch Truth Unedited. He did a series about, or is doing a series about Christianity. I forgot the title of it. I suggest everybody that don't know about the history and all that to watch that and really learn how Christianity came about. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you're open to the truth, the Most High will set you free. You know, but you gotta want to be free. You know, but we don't have to sound like the world in order to draw the world. You know, and I just really want to encourage people to look to study the word for themselves. Get to know the Most High for yourself. And not only that, you need, like, dealing with people, you need discernment. You need to discern who is really real about trying to change versus who's there to waste your time. Because there's some people that's there that act like they want to change or want help, but they're really there to waste your time, and you know, they don't want help. They just want to waste your time. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to discern those type of people. You know what I mean? It's people out here that really want help and that really want change, but you gotta have discernment. And not only that, you know, the Bible talk about modesty. You know, and if you out there, if you a brother out there on a corner trying to appeal to so-called black people or whatever, letting them know that, hey, we the people of the book, we y'all chosen people, but you sitting there cursing them out. Uh, is that a modest behavior? Like we when we think about modesty, we think about dressing, right? Cover up, don't be having everything showing, all that stuff. But what about modest behavior? Do we not know that modesty is like all the way around in your behavior? Not only in your dressing, but also in your behavior. You need to, you know what I'm saying? Like, some of our brothers have so much pride. Like, that's like the lady I was talking about that used to stay in my building. She was so arrogant and prideful, which leads me into this next point where my son, my son, my son mentor, he called me about a few weeks ago and asking me about uh about the faith of Israel, being an Israelite and all that stuff, right? He has a family member, I think he said cousin, I don't know, that is an Israelite. However, she has a bad attitude. He said that she's very narcissistic, but some of the things that she says make sense, right? But it's very off-putting to him to want to even have a conversation with her because she's so nasty in spirit. You get what I'm saying? So he gave me a call. I don't know how he know that I narrowed down. If you can't say with your mouth that Yahweh Shai is Christ, my trust can't fully be with you. Right? No, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? And even with that, you still gotta discern the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because what the Bible say, the demons believe and tremble. You know what I'm saying? Like it's important to discern the spirits who we talking to because we and tares look alike, right? So a tear can say everything right, but it's a tear. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to, your fruit have to be evident. You get what I'm saying? Like so, but I understand what you're saying. You know, your fruit have to be evident in your walk. People need to see the power of the Most High. But anyway, like I was saying, so he was just like, yeah, like he said some of the stuff that she be saying it makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? But I still have a lot of questions. But I don't want to talk to her because she's so prideful, arrogant, nasty. I can't get with it. But the things that she's saying, it's like he said, I don't. What he say? He told me, I don't want to go to hell. I don't want to be on the wrong side of biblical prophecy. I want to know the truth. So me and him had a conversation, you know, and I and it made me feel bad for him, the fact that he has to deal with that with his own family member. You know what I'm saying? And it brought me back to how I probably would have been awakened a long time ago if the young lady wasn't so high mighty in spirit. You know what I'm saying? And cuss you out in a minute. It's like, man, I don't want no parts of that. I'm trying to live for the, I'm trying to live right for the Most High. I don't want to be conducting myself in that manner. It's bad enough I'm already struggling in this area and committing these sins over and over again. And, it's bad enough I'm already doing that. Then I don't want to add to that. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to encourage people. You know, I'm gonna read some. I got some scriptures right here. I didn't write down a lot of them, but you can take the time to uh how you should talk to people. The Bible tells us how we should talk to people, how we should our speech. So I'm gonna read these little verses and then I'm gonna probably get off pretty soon. But I just wanted to share that. So let Ephesians 2. Ephesians 4:29. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. Now I didn't heard some of these brothers telling so-called white people to kiss their feet and just talk to them very condescending. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and I had a kind of like a, I don't even want to say a back and forth because I see that the guy was getting upset. You know, when I was kind of like, not speaking about sojourners and whatever, people that Gentiles grafted in, whatever. And it's like they hate that so much. So I'm like, I said, so basically, so you telling me if a so-called white person or whoever else, whatever nationality they are, say, hey, I want to follow the Most High with all my heart, soul, and mind. I want to do they're doing the commandments. They wearing fringes. They doing what they supposed to do. Yep, salvation is for all. You believe that? Yes. Shalom, Arma, how are you? So salvation is for all. If you in your heart of hearts, it don't matter what you look like. Cause some of these some Israelites ain't going to the kingdom. Let's be clear about that. And I don't think I ain't never heard them talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to tell you, oh, we the people of the book. We in a situation because of X, Y, and Z, which is great. You know what I'm saying? Because people need to know why so-called black people are in the position that we are in. It's because of us walking away from the covenant. But um, dang, I just lost my train of thought. What was I just saying? Before I segue into that, uh, dang, I see the devil is a lie. Because I didn't even plan on going on live, but I felt a tugging in my heart to go live. But I forgot what I was just saying, y'all. Oh, I remember now. So the God, so if a so-called other that's not Israelite decides that, hey, I want to follow the covenant. I want to partake in the covenant and actually do what the covenant says to do. Are you telling me that the Most High going to cast them away? You know what I'm saying? And they get mad when I ask them that. You know what I'm saying? They can't even. They say. One brother said to me, "Well, uh, the Bible said, y'all going to destroy Edom." And I said, "Okay, yeah." So they say, "Oh, so you don't believe that Edom will be destroyed?" I said, "The Bible says that, but we're talking about the wicked people of Edom. If you are a so-called Edomite and you're following the law, statutes, and commandments, and you sojourning with us, the Most High is not going to cast you away. You know, the Most High is not going to cast you away like they want to tell so-called white people this. You know, and I don't like that. You know what I mean? Because one thing about me, I've always had a heart for people. I've always had a heart for people, even in my brokenness, even when I was running amok and doing y'all know what. The real me always had a heart for people. I'm a person that I'm the person that gets secondhand embarrassment and all of that. You know what I'm saying? If a person is talking to a person disrespectful, I'm embarrassed for them. Right? Not all that's what I just said. Not all Israelites are going to the kingdom. You know what I'm saying? What the Bible say? He gonna purge out the rebels. That's what he said. He gonna purge out the rebels. You know what I mean? So, I was watching this one, this one pastor. He said some of these people, some of these Edomites that you talk down to, gonna walk right over your corpse into the kingdom. And I must have fell out laughing because ain't that the truth? You know what I'm saying? Just because you were Israelite, it doesn't just stop there. You got to go back to the covenant. You got to do what the covenant say. What the covenant say? Hey, I'm keeping the Sabbath holy. I'm not eating pork and shrimp from crabs and all that. You know what I'm saying? The Bible say, "Be ye holy, because I'm holy." You know what I mean? We got to be really truly set apart. You know what I mean? And people, Christianity is not set apart because we. I'm seeing on my timeline so-called Christians, or no Christians, celebrating all these pagan holidays that just passed, Christmas and Thanksgiving and all this crap. You know what I'm saying? What's the next holiday that's coming up? Valentine's Day. All these holidays are pagan, every single one of them. You know what I mean? Like, we need to be doing the biblical holy days. But anyway, back to the verses. So, but fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, let it not be once named among you, as becometh saints, neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather giving of thanks. Ephesians 5:3-4. For he, folly days, yep, you're right, that's what they was, folly days. For he that will love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil, and his lips that they speak no guile. 1 Peter 3:10. And you know the funny thing about it is, a lot of these Israelites, they know the Bible. They when it comes to knowing these scriptures, man, they know the Bible. And it's like y'all don't read, y'all skip this part. Y'all skip this part about communication. I digress. But as he hath But as he which hath called you is holy, so be ye holy in all manner of conversation, because it is written, "Be ye holy, for I am holy." 1 Peter 1:15-16. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is good, and an evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is evil. For of the abundance of the heart his mouth speaketh. Luke 6:45. But now ye also put off all these: anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Colossians 3:8. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man. Colossians 4:6. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. You know, like, with your words, you can either build someone up or you can tear them down. You can draw them in with love, or you can deter them with hate. You know what I'm saying? Do you want that type of blood to be on your hands? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just really want our people to really examine ourselves. You know, like somebody said earlier, we really have to die to ourselves daily. We need to examine our lives. We need to examine our motives, our intentions. We need to examine everything, you know. And if whatever we're struggling in, whatever area, we pray to the Most High and ask for Him to help you in that. You know, am I saying um be best friends with uh be best friends with a Ku Klux Klan member? I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? I me it's funny because I literally had a dream. I had a dream a week ago that um I was in Arizona and the KKK was standing on the corners like how the Israelites stand on the corners, right? They were standing on the corners, and I remember I was walking with my mom, and I seen them, and I got scared. I immediately got spooked. I got scared. My mom was like, "No, you better not be scared. Y'all's with us, right?" So I remember we walked past them. They didn't touch us. It was like they didn't even see us, right? And I remember I was in the car. I got in the car, and I'm telling people like, "Hey, be careful. The KKK, they're out. They're on the corners, but they're just be careful, you know." And it was a very, very, very odd dream, but you know, we're living in times to where, man, you see what's going on in the news, and I try to watch the news that's not on TV because they ain't gonna tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? I like to watch the international news to where they really talking about what's going on and stuff like that, you know. And we living in some crazy times, you know. And I was telling my brother a couple of weeks ago how um Trump was talking about the smash and grabs and all that stuff, how people was stealing stuff. He was talking about how uh the migrants and all that stuff, how he want them to go back to their countries and all that. And I remember he said something about, he said police officers are scared to do their jobs. And he said, when I get into office, they're gonna do their jobs. And if you got a he said, if you have to rough them up or do extra roughing them up, then so be it. So you already know what that means. You already know what that means. You know what I'm saying? Then he's also talking about giving cops immunity. Like, really? You already see where this is headed. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be on the right side of biblical prophecy. Reverse the curses, follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Anyway, but now ye also put off all these anger, wrath, malice, blasphemy, filthy communication out of your mouth. Colossians 3:8. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man. Colossians 4:6. Death and I think I read these already, but I'm reading again. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Proverbs 18:21. But the tongue can no man tame. It is unruly, evil, full of deadly poison. Therewith bless we Yah, even the Father, and therewith curse we men, which are made after the similitude of Yah. Out of the same mouth proceeded blessing and cursing. My brethren, these things ought not so to be. James 3:8-10. Whoso keepeth his mouth and his tongue keepeth his soul from troubles. Proverbs 21:23. Put away from thee a forward mouth and perverse lips put far from thee. Proverbs 4:24. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Yahweh, my strength and my redeemer. Psalms 19:14. And I already read this verse, but I'm reading it again. In order for you drawing people to the Most High, you ain't gotta sound like the world. You don't have to sound like the world to draw the world. And if I be lifted up from the earth, will draw all men unto me. John 12:32. We gotta represent the Most High. These verses about pride. I didn't write them all down, but take the time to study about communication, how you should talk. You know what I'm saying? About pride. Everyone that is proud in heart is an abomination to Yahweh. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. Proverbs 16:5. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall. Proverbs 16:18. The fear of Yahweh is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way. And the forward mouth do I hate. Proverbs 8:13. But he giveth more grace, wherefore he said, Yah resisteth the proud, but giveth grace unto the humble. James 4:6. So that's all I have for my life. That's what I was led to talk about. Just I want to help awaken our people, man, and I want to do it in a loving way, not in a hateful way. You know what I'm saying? Not in a way that's going to deter you, but draw you to want to learn the truth and really, you know, learn that we've literally been lied to about everything. Every single thing we've been lied to, and man, it's really, really sad. Like when the Bible said that Satan is the God of this world, Satan is the God of this world. And I don't think people realize how much power Satan has. And I have it. I have a I appreciate you. I love it when I appreciate you, Lorenzo, for saying that. I'm gonna read something, not today, maybe next week. Maybe next week. I don't know. But a story that I read in the book of Jasher. I don't know if you guys read the book of Jasher, but uh in regards to Abraham um sacrificing Isaac and the obstacles that Satan was trying to do to stop him from doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I was blown away when I read the story. You know what I'm saying? So I think my next live, y'all willing, if he don't change it up, but I that's been on my heart to do because I really want people to understand how even though we know the Most High got all the power, all the glory, but you understand you need to don't underestimate Satan, Hasatan. Don't underestimate him. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you need to. The Bible say, watch and pray. We have to watch and pray. We have to read the Bible, study the scriptures to show yourself approved. So when stuff start coming, man, you know what to watch out for. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to be on the right side of biblical prophecy. But hopefully I appeal to someone, you know, to really search the scriptures for yourself and do what you need to do to get yourself right with the Most High. Because at the end of the day, we are going to stand before the Most High by ourselves. When I stand before the Most High, I'm not going to have my mom with me. I'm not going to have my son with me. I'm not going to have my grandmother. Nobody's going to be with me when I stand before the Most High. I got to give an account for everything that I done, did, say, everything. You know what I'm saying? And so I just want to encourage all of us to be right. Be biblically right. Be right with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Examine yourself every day and make sure that you're fully right with the Most High. So I'm gonna end here, and thanks to you guys for watching. I always end with this verse, but I think I'm gonna add another verse maybe the next time. Uh, Matthew 22:14 says, "For many are called, few are chosen." Be blessed, guys.